Well, sir, after some serious consideration, I'd like to put in my 15-year notice.
You're quitting?
Technically retiring, sir. With a little help from my State Farm agent, I plan to retire in 15 years.
Wow, you're totally blindsiding me here. Who's going to manage your accounts?
Well, I'm going to finish packing my things. 15 years will really sneak up on you.
Jennifer will do your exit interview, and Adam made you a cake.
Red velvet.
Oh, thank you.
I made this.
Take charge of your retirement. Talk to State Farm agent Margie Gray in Indiana or David Smith in Clymer.
Hi everyone, I'm Carly Krouse with the Indiana Gazette, and we're entering the second week of high school football in the area with another preview show. This week, we're reporting to you from Andy Kosneski Field, where Indiana will play host to Hampton on Friday in a WPIAL Class AAA Greater Allegheny Conference game in the Indians' home opener. Indiana fell flat last week in a 35-6 loss to Mars, and the Indians scored their only points well after the game got out of hand. Indiana didn't finish on either side of the ball, something it can't afford to do again when the Talbots come to town on Friday night. Hampton edged Taylor Alderdice 48-42 in a non-conference game in its opener. Running back Matt Reck rushed for 285 yards and 4 touchdowns on 28 carries. Hampton is the defending conference champion. Another WPIAL action, 2 high-powered offenses go head-to-head when Apollo Ridge plays host to Highlands in an Allegheny Conference game. Highlands handed the Vikings their only regular season loss last season. Apollo Ridge opened in full throttle behind Dwayne Brown, who finished with 296 yards from scrimmage and scored 5 touchdowns. The Golden Rams are coming off a 42-24 romp over Summit Academy, in which they trailed 18-0 on a kickoff return and 2 defensive scores before scoring 42 straight points. West Shamokin and Derry are looking for their first wins. West Shamokin, a 26-6 loser to Deer Lakes, plays at South Park, which lost to Seton LaSalle 34-7. Derry, a 48-0 loser to Washington, visits Mount Pleasant, which beat McGuffey 30-23. In the Heritage Conference, Northern Cambria travels to Penns Manor in a much-anticipated matchup between the neighboring schools. Look for both teams to come out strong on Friday night after a wild Week 1. The Comets are coming off a dominating victory, while the Colts are coming off a heartbreaking loss. Both teams returned most of their starters this season, and both teams have many offensive weapons. Penns Manor, the preseason conference favorite, racked up 318 rushing yards last week and rolled to a 35-0 lead before halftime. Northern Cambria lost its opener after putting together what looked to be the game-winning drive late in the fourth quarter. The Colts came up short, though, on a Ligonier Valley interception in the end zone to end the Colts' chances. Homer Center plays host to Salzburg, with both teams fighting for their first win. The Wildcats failed to do much against Penns Manor last week, and the Trojans couldn't contain Purchase Line. Both teams managed just 1 touchdown late in the game, but are hoping to get their offenses going on Friday night. Homer Center will be playing its second straight home game to start the season, and Salzburg will be on the road for the second straight game. Blairsville visits Marion Center in the Bobcats' first conference game of the season. Last week, Blairsville lost to Silver Oak Academy after getting off to a strong start. The Bobcats will need to keep the momentum against the Stingers, who are coming off an exciting win over United. Marion Center is looking to start the season 2-0 for the first time since 2011. The Stingers finished 2-8 the past 2 years. Purchase Line welcomes Ligonier Valley, with both teams entering the weekend with a lot of momentum. The Red Dragons posted 37 points last week after an off-season of uncertainty. They face a Rams team that got stronger as the game went on in its opener. The matchup could be a good indicator of where the two teams stand in the conference. United travels to State College to face St. Joseph's Academy in a non-conference game. The Lions lost to Marion Center in the final minutes last week, but hope to bounce back against the only team it beat in 2014. The Wolves lost to Halifax in Week 1. Elsewhere, Punxsutawney got off to a strong start under first-year coach Brad Wright and a 41-10 rout of Monotau in a Keystone Shortway Athletic Conference game. The Chucks play against Keystone on Friday night, which rolled over Union last week 38-18. That's all we've got for this week, but be sure to check out the Indiana Gazette on Saturday for full coverage of Friday night's games, and follow live scoring updates on Friday nights at indianagazette.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.